It's getting crazy out here, man. If you're a man, it's time to be disciplined. Like, it's time to be disciplined. Especially if you're a rich man, a successful man. I'm not successful, rich, or famous yet, but I understand the importance of controlling your lust and being disciplined. I say find a wife. If you can't find a wife, at least find something that's solid. A solid woman. And until you find a solid woman, control your lust. This is not the time to be a bachelor, because these women not playing fair. They are not playing fair at all. They're so quick to throw a man under the bus for money, because look at the economy. A lot of these women don't want to be in a relationship, so what they doing? Leeching off of men, bouncing to men, hoping they can save them. And once they finish with you, they lie on you and say you did this, you did that, to get a whole bunch of money so they can be set for life. That's what these women doing, the OnlyFans women, that's what they doing. Because they don't want to be a wife. That's why if you're a successful man, if you're going in the right direction, whatever, stay away from OnlyFans. As of right now, I don't have nothing to worry about. Because I'm not rich, I'm not famous, and I'm not as successful as I want to be. Yet. Not yet. But I know I'm going to be successful one day. But right now, I don't have nothing to worry about. But the ones who do got something to worry about is like people who do have status, who do have clout. So if you're watching this video with status, clout, success, money, stay away from these OnlyFans. Find a solid woman or let her find you. Control your lust. That's just about every man kryptonite, lust right now. Women are freaky too. But see, the thing about women is, to get them freaky, it's about emotions. For a perfect example, she can be doing all type of freaky, you know what, on Tuesday. But come Thursday, she not in the mood. She don't want to do none of that. Like, what you doing? What? Get off me. Yeah. The difference between men and women is, men don't mind doing all that freaky shit every night, every day. That's the difference. They don't mind it. But women do. And that's how men get caught up in the allegations. She probably wanted it last time, but this time she ain't with all that. But most men, they just do it anyway. So when they do it anyway, now it's rape. Now it's the R word. That's how they keep getting caught up. Because she was probably down with it the first time, but now she really ain't down with it. And when she say no, you do it anyway. That's where they messing up at. From the Diddy's to Shannon Sharpe, all of them. Because my honest opinion is, because Cassie stayed in that relationship, what? From 2007 until 2018, that's 11 years. 11 years of freak off. I feel like at first, she probably liked it. She probably liked it at first. But then somewhere along the line, she was like, I ain't doing this no more. But Diddy was like, nah, you gonna keep doing it. Now, he's forcing her. Forcing is R word, sexual assault, S.A. But I do believe she was down with it at first. Just to please him. Because don't forget, when they first got in a relationship, Diddy was 37. Cassie, was 19. So I can see how a 37-year-old man can like trick a 19-year-old to do something. She fresh out of high school. And now she in mansions, yachts, expensive cars, all that. Think about that, 19, a teenager. So I can see how she got blind by the materialistic things, the lifestyle. Because just about every woman, just about everybody want that type of lifestyle. So I can see how she put up with all that BS. Because of her age, she was very young. And Diddy was very rich. So 9 times out of 10, she probably had a relationship with her family. Because Diddy controlled all that with his money. And then she probably tried to get away from it. Diddy probably sent somebody for her. But that's that with that whole Diddy Cassie situation. I think she was down with it at first because she got manipulated somehow into doing it because of lifestyle and all that. But she got tired of it. And there where the lawsuit come in at when she got tired of it. And he still was forcing her to do it. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion about the whole Diddy and Cassie thing. But yeah, lust is destroying the world, mainly destroying men. And women knows this. From like content creators, celebrities, actors, like big entertainers. I watching a content creator. Notice these women, they dressing so naked, provocative. It's like they provoking us to like do something freaky, do some things, so they can just say, look what he did. He sexually did this, did that. It's like they provoking you. They purposely being, naked to keep you in that lustful state, that nasty, freaky state. And when you start doing nasty, freaky things, now you weird. But in reality, these women are really weird because why are you naked? Why are you naked in broad daylight? You're not in the bedroom. You outside naked. Yes, them booty shorts with the shorts, I consider that naked. You might as well take that off because we can see your whole shape. We can see how fat your cat is. We can see all that. So you might as well take that off. That's basically naked to me. But that's how they provoking men. And then they turn around and call them weird. But really, she's weird because she want all the attention on her. If you want to be real with it. Let's be real. Who the weird one are. Actually, they both possibly weird. But women are provoking men to look because of their nakedness. And they know men are like physical. They like to look and see all that. And they using it against men. That's why if you can control your lust as a man, you got to control yourself. It's going to be hard though. Because it's like women back to back, like naked. Ass everywhere. Like what the... And we visual as men. We're not as emotional as women are. So when we see something nice, we gonna look. Like, that's what I'm saying. Women know what they doing, but they turn around and call us weird for looking. Nah, you the weird one because put some clothes on. Put some clothes on. It wouldn't be nothing to look at if you put some clothes on. But now you want that attention, don't you? You want them to look. And if you want us to look, just stop calling us weird and strange when you come outside naked. Now, I see if you're covered up or you wearing like a dress and they still like staring and you're not showing it, okay, that's weird. But if you're showing something, your ass out, bouncing everywhere, your tits, cleavage showing, just bouncing. If you're bouncing, like, they gonna look. They gonna look. What you expect? Common sense. A straight man will look. Even a homo man will look. But yeah, it's getting bad out here, man. It's getting bad. And I really do feel in my heart that lust is holding you back. Especially after reading the Bible, I think it's the lust that's destroying the world. Because when you're weak in the flesh, you're going to do all type of other sins. If you can't control your sexual appetite, you won't be able to control your other appetites. You will have a bad eating habit, a drug habit, alcohol, all that. Lust is your root chakra. So if you can contain that, everything else will come up and flow up, and you will wake up to the light and really start taking care of yourself. It's not the drugs or the alcohol. It's the lust. And this is what nobody not talking about. But I'm going to talk about it. I don't hear nobody talking about this really. They say stay sober, stay out of drugs, don't drink. Like, no. The root problem is lust, man. And it's so easy to lust before getting to drugs or alcohol, because you can lust through your phone. You can go on your phone, watch the hub, whatever. Instagram models, OnlyFans. You see how easy it is? Just think about what it do to your brain, your subconscious. They keep you in a freaky state. So when you go out in public, guess what? You're going to be staring at women. And guess how these women dressing? Naked, no clothes on. Keep you in a lustful state. And women know this. They know this. They know how to get us. Well, most men. But as a man, I really do feel like you can crack the code. Crack the whole matrix system. Switch up the whole game. Simply by controlling your lust through celibacy. Now, I know most men gonna be like, what? Celibacy? Hey, try it. You can change everything. You crack the whole thing. As you know, mainly women talking about celibacy. Men don't really talk about celibacy. Because 9 times out of 10, they can't control it. And I'm talking about celibacy. I'm talking about nothing sexual. That's true celibacy. Nothing sexual. No naked women watching on your phone. No Instagram models. No OnlyFans. None of that. No sex in real life. None of that. None of it. And you'll be 10 times stronger mentally. And that's what we need in this world. We need mentally strong men. Because with weak men, this world is destroyed. The nation is destroyed with weak men. It's God, man, woman, children. Just like the Bible say. With weak men, the nation is destroyed. And look what we got going on. Weak men. Can't control their flesh, can't control themselves. And it is true. More money, more problems. And I feel like it's more money, more problems because before they got the money, they wasn't disciplined sexually. They're probably disciplined enough to put that work in, like wake up, do this, but they wasn't disciplined sexually. If you can discipline yourself sexually and put work in, you can crack this whole matrix system. As a man, specifically us black men, because it seems like black men are having a hard time with lust the most, because they stay in all type of allegation. I guess because we more high sex, I guess. That's a different topic, though, I'm going to talk about. But it all makes sense now. Why they promote so much nakedness in our community. Because they don't be naked in the other communities. The Hispanics, whites, Asian, Japanese, Chinese, they're not naked. Only in black community. To keep the black men in lust. To take all our energy, to drain us. And why is that? My honest opinion is, I think it's because black men might be very high sex. And high sex mean high energy. High energy mean you can achieve anything in this world. That's why they need specifically black men very weak. Stuck in lust. catching charges, doing strange things. Because the elites, the government officials, they do not want the black men woke, powering up, trying to take over. And it's just not black men. I feel like it's men in general, but I feel like we're the target the most because I honestly do feel like we're just the more high sex. Like everything is just sexual. And we got to learn how to transmute it into work instead of sex. And if most men can figure this out, you'll be way more successful black men instead of violent men. Because right now we're looking at it as thugs, violent. They're transmuting the energy into violence instead of something positive. And 9 times out of 10 is they transmuted to violence because they can't control their root chakra. They can't control their lower nature. And you can't control your lower nature, you can't control your mind. And they walk around here with all this high sex energy, but undisciplined. You're going to pull out that gun and just start shooting. Now you're in prison for the rest of your life. That's what's really going on, I feel like. They're just my opinion. They just have energy that they can't control, and they undisciplined in the sexual area. Specifically my race. I'm pretty sure whites, Hispanic, Asian, yeah, they probably have some undisciplined people, but it's not like my culture. It's different. Because they stay in all type of allegations, BS. Can't control it. But your biggest weakness is your biggest strength. I've been sitting back and thinking about this. Like, why is always my type? Black people get in trouble over lust, can't control themselves. Maybe because we are high sex. They don't know how to transmute all that energy. They either transmute it to violent or rape or doing some domestic violence type shit. That's just my opinion, though. Don't ban me. Don't ban me at all. And I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in another video, but I'm starting to notice something about my race and about the hip-hop industry. How they want the black women naked. You notice none of the women who sing, none of the country white girls are naked. They got their clothes on, singing country music or R&B, whatever. But to get out of race, they want them naked, spreading lust, because they want the black man weak. Because hip hop and rap is mainly targeted towards black culture. Not too many whites, Hispanic, Asian. They're not really paying attention to us like that. It might be a few, but it's mainly black culture. And why do they want us naked? Because they want us weak. And they want us weak very bad. Because they're scared of our strength. If we wake up and understand our power, oh, now we talking. Now we talking. But will it ever happen? Will they ever wake up and understand that power? Because sex is energy. That's all. That's all sex is. It's energy. High energy. That's it. Sex is energy. And if you can transmute it the right way, you can take over this world. And if we, as melanated brothers, and as black people, if we that high sex where we can't control ourselves and get in trouble, just imagine the black men who do control themselves. Just imagine how much power they gonna have. Cause when it comes to sex, my race is so undisciplined. And I got to think, why we are so undisciplined when it comes to sex? Because our sex drive is so high. And high sex is high energy. And with high energy, you can accomplish a lot if you transmute it the right way. And it seems like the elites, they really don't want us transmuting it the right way. That's why they push all the BS through rap. Notice all the naked women. Because they know with lust, they're going to keep you very weak. You cannot elevate. They know how powerful lust is. They know how powerful your energy are. And they don't want us woke. And the ones who do wake up in my community, that's who's going to show up and show out. That's who's going to show up and show out. The ones who control themselves. But fellas, before you become successful, rich, whatever, start controlling your lust now. Control it. Control it. Because that's our kryptonite. That used to be my kryptonite. And I'm going to talk about that in another video. Because I just figured things out through the Bible, through celebrities. I'm figuring things out like, what the fuck? Figuring things out. Just know that. And why we being targeted and all that. And why we can't control it. I just figured it out. I've been figuring it out lately. It been clicking. But if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I'm out. Peace.